completely bizarre. Let's bring in the host of Left Coast News, Ethan Behrman, and former CIA analyst Buck Sexton. Great to have both of you. Welcome tonight.
Good to see you.
Thanks, Shannon.
All right, Ethan, let's start there. He says it's bizarre that people are going after Barr so hard. You don't even have the Mueller report yet. He says it'll be in by next week, but there's someone from the Mueller team actually working together with them on redactions. He pledged yesterday he's not going to withhold things that are damaging to the president. Should we have confidence in Barr? And if not, why not?
Well, the biggest question really is if he had a 3-week heads up to write his summary report, that is what we heard for those 4 pages, why wasn't he working on the redaction knowing that we were expecting this report?
But if he didn't have the
report I find that to be a little
yet.
bit suspicious. But no, the report that came out was, why did he write that 4-page summary so quickly? There was a report that came out that said he had a 3-week heads up about the Mueller report and what it contained, which is why he was able to come out with that 4-page summary so quickly.
Right, but I'm not sure he had the physical report. I think that he was given a briefing about what the findings were likely to be, but I'm not sure he had the report, which is the time-consuming part of all the redactions.
Yeah, but it seems suspicious that we are holding back, that the Republicans in the Senate, I'm looking at Mitch McConnell, the majority leader, would be holding back at all. We have full rights to this. The Republicans in the House actually voted for it unanimously, to say we have the right to see this report. What is taking so long? We all knew that this was the end of it, so this isn't a surprise that they need to go through this process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Buck, you know, by law, by statute, there are things that the Attorney General cannot turn over. Says he's trying to do it at lightning speed. He's working with Mueller folks to get it out.
Democrats are flailing, Shannon, because the criticisms are leveling against this process just are unserious. I mean, they're fundamentally not things that you can take without laughing a little bit, because Mueller is a part of the redaction process. We've been told that numerous times. So the Mueller team gets to weigh in on what is and is not going to be shown to the American people. Barr has said that there are 4 very specific criteria that will be color-coded in the report, so we know exactly why it is not in the report. There are reasons why people shouldn't see things, sources and methods, which in the case of, for example, the FISA reports, Democrats were saying we need to respect that. We need to make sure we keep that sacred and secret. Whereas now, all of a sudden, we're for radical transparency, Julian Assange style on this stuff. And let me just say also, this debate over the last 24 hours about whether there has been spying that has gone on in the Trump campaign, that also just shows you the desperation from Democrats trying to find something to latch onto here. It is obviously spying what was done to the Trump campaign. I worked for a spying organization. It was spying. If words have meaning, that is what it was.
Okay, I want to play something that the former director of national intelligence, James Clapper, said when he was point blank asked last year about this idea, the words spying. Here was his explanation.
Was the FBI spying on Trump's campaign?
No, they were not. They were spying on a term I don't particularly like, but on what the Russians were doing, trying to understand, were the Russians infiltrating, trying to gain access, trying to gain leverage and influence.
So why doesn't he like
what they do?
Okay, I want to quickly give you both a bite at this. Ethan, first to you. Not spying on Trump, but spying on the Russians and how they were interacting with Trump.
That's what the FISA courts are about. It's actually humorous to listen to Buck's fake outrage on that one, because
what
here's
do you
the way
know
it
about
works.
FISA courts,
If you want to spy on Muslims,
let's give Ethan a few seconds.
if you want to spy on Muslims and you're worried about terrorists coming into this country,
no idea what
we
you're
listen to the source overseas because they're connected to an American, and that's exactly what was transpiring here with the Russians.
So you can cleanly say your piece. 15 seconds to you, Ethan. 15 to you, Buck. And I mean it. I'll enforce it.
If we're after terrorists, we listen because of an overseas source. The Russians are an overseas source. If they're talking to an American citizen, that is what the FISA court determines and then issues the warrant. It's that simple. It's called surveillance, Buck.
Okay, that was 15 seconds. Buck, he nailed it.
Secret surveillance is also called spying, which I know because I worked for the CIA. And by the way, Carter Page is not a Russian. George Papadopoulos is not a Russian. These are American citizens whose rights were trampled on. A lot of people just talk to Russians, buddy. That's why we have a 4th Amendment to stop people from being spied on by their government. This is, again, it's laughable, but they've got nothing left.
Time is up. Time is up. I'm a fan of all the amendments and of both of you. So thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank you.
See you again soon.
Thanks, Shannon.
All right.